Welcome, everyone. What a wonderful presentation.
Yeah.
Now, Judy, I know you wanted me to be a little humorous here and lighthearted.
I'm up.
I'm sorry. I mean, I could have mentioned a thing about ironing your collar and burning your neck. Or I could have made some comment about Carol's political views. John would script his own comment here. Elio, I'm not sure, he doesn't have any humor, but there is one instance in my life. Elio, if you remember my giving Eric the Playboy for his 60th birthday. That was the most humorous thing in my life that I saw. Anyway, so I wanted to be more metaphorical today and offer this. Elio the architect, Judy the artist, John the lawyer, Carol.
Oh boy.
What did I say about Carol?
The visionary.
The visionary.
The visionary. I got to get a little
I like
closer to
visionary.
this.
I like visionary.
Together, they have taken their common thread, common creative thread, and over the past 50 and 25 years together, have woven what I'd like to consider their life's quilt, patched with so many memories and so many life experiences. I hope you indulge me in this little personalized vignette that I want to share with you. Several years ago, well, I often reflect on the progression and the connectedness of our lives. And several years ago when Dad took us all to Prague, our first night there we had tickets to the symphony. And we were sitting there side by side, and they were playing one of Dad's favorite pieces, the New World Symphony. And I looked down the line at us, all except for Terry, who was sleeping. And I just happened to reflect on 90th year of his being born and so forth. But what he has given us, and where it all started in our life's origin, God, and so forth, and the lives that he has started for us. And now it's been given over to you. I was overwhelmed by that. So, the weaving continues. Judy and Elio and John and Carol. And not only have they sewn into their quilts the patches of love and joy and awe and yes, the tumult, pain and frenzy, but they have also set into motion the weaving of all our patchworks. And now, having set this little stage, I thought that it might be appropriate if whoever would like to mention one of their funny or tender moments, John and Carol, Elio, and Judy moments. Guys?
I'm ready.
Well, I just want to say, just far back, you've given me millions of memories, but as far back as taking Carol and I to see Mary Poppins when it first came out, and we sang Supercalifragilistic all the way home. It is a memory I have shared with my own children, and how blessed we are that you have been together so long. That, Elio, you are more of a brother to us than an in-law.
Definitely.
Carol and John.
On the other hand, here.
I know, you know I love you, Boko, but anyway. It's funny, sorry. At Krista's wedding, John and Carol had the room next to Chris and I. We went over to play pinochle, but they weren't quite ready for us. And Chris took the, he just sat right down. He did. I'm just saying, it was one of those crazy moments that I couldn't believe was happening. But your luck touched us all so much with all your
Okay,
love.
Maddie, what is your special memory?
You bring me so many memories from day to night. You bring me so many memories through my school and my home.
Thank you, Maddie.
She helped me with my school.
Okay, so
this picture was in the slideshow, and it brought up a memory. I was sitting on the stairs in Grandma and Grandpa's, well, I wasn't sitting, I was standing on the stairs in Grandma and Grandpa's condo, and I was in this little white dress, and Grandpa was holding my hand, and he was in his tux. The story behind that, I had gone over to their house for a sleepover, and I don't know where Grandma found the dress. I don't know if it was a hand-me-down from someone, but she had the dress, and she said we could dress up like your Cinderella. And I was Cinderella, and I asked, well, who's gonna be the prince? And she said, you can borrow my prince, and you can have Grandpa. And so Grandpa dressed up in his tuxedo, and I walked down the aisle, the stairs, and we like danced a little bit, and then I had to go home because it was midnight. You know, but that was just a really fun memory for me to look back on that.
That was nice.
And I gotta say something about Carol and John too, just because I remember at Christmas time I was on Aunt Carol's team for the gingerbread making contest.
Who won that?
Classic.
We did. We did. And it was just all her creativity and all her quirkiness and awesomeness. I just was taken aback because I had never really hung out with you guys until then. And Uncle John, when you presented the Snowmageddon, it was so cool because I thought that was the coolest one, frankly, other than
Definitely
ours.
should have won.
Yeah, and that was a really fun time, and I was so happy you had us there that Christmas.
You have another one, Manny?
For Christmas Carol and John.
Okay, what is it?
You bring me so many memories at Christmas and summer. I love you everywhere I am. You're my favorite
Wait a
person.
second.
Wait, hold on.
My favorite
Again, big thumbs up. I love you too.
All right.
man. Okay.
You're
Thank
the greatest person in the world.
Thank you.
Connor?
Oh,
No, you're not ready. Okay. Okay, I have one.
Okay.
Actually, I have two. Where I want to thank you both, Carol, John, Ilio, and Judy, for allowing me the experience to be your first babysitters. Judy with Eric, having to watch him in the beehive in the attic. Do you remember the bees? No. Oh, in your first
big
house.
house. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And then John and Carol, the first date that you wanted to have after you had the boys, they stayed up the entire time and cried. Whereas I found out you two just fell asleep at the show, right? So those were, I just want you to know that they turned out okay.
They did.
Didn't they, Judy? Judy?
Judy?
Eric?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Oh, there you are. Anyway, I think my three favorite boys in the world, I was their first babysitter. And I enjoyed that. And one more. Ilio, you remember going to the Rooster Tail? Going to see the Supremes? The best night of my life. I thank you for sharing that with me.
Thank you.
Remember when I grabbed Mary? It's Diana Ross,
Mary Wilson.
Mary Wilson's fur coat, and
Oh,
got
yeah,
her
yeah,
autograph.
yeah.
That was cool. Anyway, thank you. I love you all.
Okay, I got one. When I think of mom and dad, the one thing that I think of, the one word that I think of is volunteer. Baseball, PTA, Indian Guides, Cubs, Brownies. It just seemed to go on and on throughout our childhood that mom and dad were always volunteering to do something. And whereas, a lot of parents would see those as opportunities to get a break from their kids, they saw it as an opportunity to spend time with their kids. And I never took that for granted.
Well, when I think of mom and dad growing up, the thing that I remember is walking into the kitchen to go get a snack after watching some TV or something and finding the two of them in the kitchen and it was dark and going, "Oh, Mom, Dad, really?" But now that I'm married, I get it. You take whatever moments you can to share your love and your passion, just like I hope we do and I hope my kids do with the spouse that they found in their life.
3 times.
3 times.
I remember the creative fun times, neighborhood talent shows, and Mom making our costumes and Dad making our dollhouses and cradles. Mom washing the dishes and Dad coming in stretch.
Start doing that again.
And then waking up early to make breakfast in bed for Father's Day or Mother's Day. Those were the best times.
It was a good time.
Annie?
Well, I just want to say, you know, both of you are, well, the 4 of you are my 4 moms, and I just, you know, I just wanted to say, you guys, you know, not only like in relation to your marriage, you have shown me like something that I hope one day to have. Like, you are such examples to me, and I look up to you in so many ways, but the love you guys have is, both of you I admire so much. And I remember, this is gonna sound so stupid, but in Maine, when you guys took me up, I remember we went to the fair, and I remember me, Sam, and Zach were walking around. I don't know what's wrong with me. I have issues.
CBS call.
Stop. But we were walking around, and I remember seeing Uncle John. I remember seeing the 2 of you, and you were just walking in front of us, holding hands. And I don't know why, but I always will have that image in my head, because I just looked at you guys, and I'm like, I was like probably 7 years old, but I looked at that, and I'm like, you know, just like that little thing, like holding hands, I was like, that is what a beautiful marriage is. Like, you guys just always, those little things, like, I've always noticed about you and always admired about you guys, and I just want to say thank you for, you know, you've shown, you know, Aunt Judy and Uncle Leo, you've shown your kids, you know, what the right kind of love is, and I hope, you know, you guys have really been that example for me, so thank you.